Hello there everybody, how's it going and how have you been? Welcome back to SpaceChem. In the last episode we hooked up another laser and used it to destroy incoming asteroids in a derelict ship to protect our space station. And then we were sent off to this place, Flidais or Flidais or Flidas or however you're supposed to pronounce it. We are getting really close to the end of the story. And I remember that this planet can be fairly difficult, both in the difficulty sense, well, obviously in the difficulty sense, but also in the sense that sometimes the solutions just don't want to cooperate with you. So, there's a storage page for anybody that wants to read, just like usual. Only 4 left before we're done. So, nothing too crazy here, for the most part. We're getting ethylene and hydroxyl radicals, and we have to make ethanol and acetaldehyde? I think that's it. So... okay, I see what we need to do. So, how to explain it? So basically, the acetaldehyde molecule, we obviously need the oxygen from the hydroxyl radical, but it has the same amount of hydrogens that the ethylene is going to have. So, I mean, we do have to move one of the hydrogens away from one carbon and attach it to the other, but apart from that, there's not all that much to do. What it does mean, however, is that we don't need the hydrogen attached to the hydroxyl radical. However, we will need it for the ethanol, because there's the 4 from the ethylene right here. Hydroxyl radical is pretty much this tacked on the end, and then 1 extra hydrogen to account for. So these 2 molecules will balance out. It's just going to be a matter of putting them together. The first step I see needs to be done no matter what is to reduce the double bond in the ethylene down to a single bond. So I'm going to go ahead and have Red do that right away. I would like to use flip-flop, so basically one time around they will make acetaldehyde, the next time around they'll make ethanol, and then back to acetaldehyde and back to ethanol, and so on and so on. So what is it that I should do? I have to be careful with the bonders, because I could very quickly put a bond in the wrong spot. Can I do it with just 4? Like, could I put 2 bonders down here to break apart the hydroxyl radical straight away for the acetaldehyde's turn, and then only have 4 bonders to... oh. Sorry about that, I suddenly got a really bad tickle in my nose. I was afraid I was going to sneeze. I think I can. Yeah. I just have to kind of figure out how. See, if I build the acetaldehyde in reverse, so have the oxygen on the left and the 3rd hydrogen, or and the 3 hydrogens on the right, might work. Let me think. also don't need the oxygen to point up. I could have it pointing to the side. I really wasn't joking when I said that Flidais' research levels were tricky. Alright, let's at least start building, so... Let's put 2 bonders here, the final 2 here. And I think I can build around this. Although, to save me a little bit of time, I would like red to start on the other side of the ethylene. So he calls it in and he breaks down the bond, or the double bond, because we will never need it. How about he starts by grabbing hold of the hydrogen that I'm going to have to move. Let's see, carries it around. Let's say pops it off there. And meanwhile, I actually can't have blue start there. Let's have blue start here and rely on red to delete the bond between his first hydroxyl radical. He will pick up the oxygen, bond it here. Actually, hang on, he will drop it here and forge the double bond himself. And I'm doing a loop instead of a flip-flop because there's really not a good place for a flip-flop on this little three tile line. I apologize if I'm a bit out of it tonight. I spent quite a few hours working on learning a new programming language, and I'm just a little bit burnt out, but I wanted to relax with some SpaceChem, so actually I need this to be a grab drop so I pick it back up, and let's see what happens right now. They collide. Okay. So what if I have blue be the one to destroy the bond? I need to get rid of this because otherwise they would just completely remove the double bond and only take a CH2 pair away, or set away. There we go. Okay. Now, I know what I need is for red to loop around with his hydrogen and put it down. Yeah? Or, not his hydrogen, his ox. Yeah, his hydrogen, okay. Okay, so blue beats him there. No, that's not an issue. Blue will put the majority of the acetaldehyde molecule down, and instead of dropping it, red will connect it, start carrying the whole molecule. I'll use a flip-flop to make him divert down, send it out, and then another flip-flop to make him go back towards start. Now, I don't want him to follow this exact loop. I want him to do something different. And I'll have to figure that something out in just a moment. would... Sorry. I would like red to lift the hydrogen that blue's going to leave behind away to clear room for the new hydroxyl radical. Alright, so what if I expand this and make it not a bond, a grab drop? Should still work, but then red can vary the hydrogen atom away, and things are getting really complicated. I hope I can still do this. Let me just see if it makes the acetaldehyde first before I go any further. And it does. Although, well, I do have to change it to output omega, but I am a little bit worried that blue is going to be too far ahead because of all this backtracking red has to do. I also realized that I need to add a second bond plus command up here. So, let me think. Does this... Alright. So it does make acetaldehyde, but blue is definitely going to come back around to his start way before red does. Wait. I don't really have to clear this hydrogen away at all, do I? No, because I realize let me shorten up red's track. I realize that what I can do is I can have blue call in the next ethylene, cut away a bond, which won't mess it up. Nope, okay. But... and I am going to have to get very clever with the maneuvering. He grabs the next ethylene and attaches it to the hydrogen that was left behind. And then best place to put it down would be... Let's see, he's got too many commands around these bonders. He's got... I could try putting it down right here, but then I come across the problem of how am I going to put it down if I have to pass by the spot. Actually, hang on. Nope, I have an idea. I flip it 90 degrees clockwise, reuse this drop command to leave everything but the OH pair of the ethanol on these squares, hopefully, assuming I have it spin the right way. And then I suppose you can just circle back around to start. So meanwhile, red is going to have to call in a hydroxyl radical, pick it up, bond it to the ethanol, pull it over to here, because otherwise he'd be leaving his oxygen behind, and send it out, and then go back to run to his start. Excellent. Alright, so with probably half of the episode gone, let's see how well we do. Would you look at that? Oop. Okay, slight problem. Blue calls in another, ethylene. Is there any way around that? I could do that. Look at that. Awesome. So, that was a fairly complex level, and I feel like I really didn't enunciate my plans for it very well. To be honest, I wasn't even expecting to build a contraption that looked like this, but hey, it works. Man, that's fun to watch. Okay. Oh, pretty good, too. Alrighty. Suspicious behavior. Another one. Our story page. Yep, there they are. See this little guy? Element Delta. This is a fictional atom, or element. We do not know its atomic number. We do not know how many bonds it can make, at maximum. We just have to kind of look at the diagrams and just figure out for ourselves. And in fact, if we look it up on the periodic table, it's got 3 other friends. It also has theta, omega, sigma, and of course itself. Now, as far as I know, you can't actually, like, I don't think they react to fusion lasers. Because I think there is one level where we have to work with both these little weirdos and a fusion laser. And I did, like, experiment and see if I could figure out maybe what it was, but it just did nothing. But as you can see, we have a big output, and a fairly complex one at that. So, building the layers probably won't be that tough. Actually, because I'm only allowed 2 bonders for the layers, it is going to be that tough. And I'm not sure I'm going to attach the layers to one another. But I would like to follow the same pattern of having red be the one to construct each individual layer, and then blue puts it together. So how about do something like this? Red calls in a delta dihydrogen. Snaps away the first bond, grabs the delta hydrogen pair, spins it so it's pointing straight up, and then leaves it right there. Then he'll go back up, grab the carbon, bond it to the hydrogen that was left behind. thanks to our friend Flip-Flop, I can give him a pathway to get back around. I don't think I can do this, actually. I have to move downward after bonding it, and that will unfortunately push it out of the reactor. Because the idea was to just bring the other half down on top of it and pull it over and let Blue figure out which way to spin it to level it back out. And it looks like we're probably only going to get through this level in this episode, so there's might be one research level left for maybe its own episode, considering how slow these are going. Well, let's see. I need more vertical room, so the obvious answer would be to pull the bonders up. As a result, I now have to move the whole molecule up. Which means I now need to pull this up. And now I don't have room to... Oh, wait, no. It's going to be a weird loop around, but that should work. Here, bond drop. And flip-flop here to exit out of the whole system. The hydrogen attached to the carbon should be right there. That's not a grab. Alright, let's see if this crazy red loop works. Awesome. Alright, so the general idea is to let him like pull it maybe over to here for Blue. And then give them, you know, a pair of sinks so that he turns Blue on as he's bringing the next layer over. Now Blue is going to have to alternate which way he rotates the layer. And I actually can't do this right here. If I were to do it right here and have like a flip-flop, then you would start basically banging the layers into the molecule he's already putting together. I'm just going to move the sensor out of the way so it's not distracting my eyes. Okay, so what if red brings his molecule up here, or the new layer up to here, to give Blue a bit of room to work with it. So we drop, and then also to give Blue a little bit of time to rotate it around and move out of the way. Blue. There's your sink. And I want you to grab onto the delta, because it looks like that's where the the layers, or the molecule I have to bond to the next layer up is. Actually, just a second. What if instead of building it from the bottom up, I build it from the top down? So, let's see, flip-flop. I'll have it point that way, I guess. So... actually, that means that blue's going to have to grab onto the carbon. So I need to lower him down a level. And I am aware that I am right in the middle of my time window, but I'm definitely going to finish this level in this episode. If this first solution does not succeed, then I will definitely time-lapse to when I have it working. So, which way do I need the... so, bottom layer, I need to, yeah, spin this way. And I can't do that, so just keep going straight, I suppose. No, I'm gonna have to like go into the alpha area to actually have enough space to rotate this thing around without slamming it into the delta pseudo-polyethylene molecule. Alright, so let me think. Flip-flop to determine which rotate command he hits. If it is the... let me think. Something like this should work. Slice it in, he's going to have to drop. Double bond. Actually, hang on, let me just... I can't visualize this thing in my head just because it's so big and wonky, so let me see. Alright, so red makes the layer. And can't do that. Okay, so I give him one more space. Slowly pick blue's pieces out from between the reds. Or I could just block red's commands. Alright, let's try this. There we go. And it is oriented in the correct way. So, alright, so there... when he has to bond this way, there will be a delta here. So I need to bond twice. And then pull the molecule one to the left, or to the right? Okay. bond. Or maybe something like this. Grab it by the delta. I flip-flop back here. Drop there. Okay, let's see how this works and adjust accordingly. He's given the layer, he rotates it correctly, leaves it in the spot that would be appropriate, and positions the delta correctly. It comes around with the next layer, and crap. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn this way instead. And hope that he's got enough time to get away before red starts intruding into that area. Okay, yeah, he will. Alright, so now the problem is... I need him to put it down on this square, which is occupied. Oh wait, what if instead I have another flip-flop over here? No, wait. Because if I have a flip-flop here to handle when he does the even-numbered layers, then he's going to start leaving this one on. Let me see this again really quick. Okay. No, I need him to stop. No, yeah, I need him to stop, or put it down on this one. Oh, wait. So, I put the drop command here. So, let me see how that repositions the odd-numbered layers. Okay. Put a grab here. Pull this arrow all the way out to over here. So that he will pull the layer to where it's actually supposed to be. Then for the even layers, I have a flip-flop right here that just keeps him from doing that. Excellent. Okay. So, just going to watch a little bit to help me figure out where I need to put the sensor to tell Blue to export the big molecule. the one I gotta watch. Is... No, wait, it's next. Yeah. Oh, I know. A hydrogen sensor here, and a hydrogen sensor here to get him completely out of this section. Because he's only going to hit this bond plus command once. I have to forge the final bond by hand. And then I can just export. Alright. So, with about 6 minutes of overtime, let's see if this works. Almost, and nope. Oh, wait. Okay. I need to put the... Nope. Another idea. Utilize flip-flop to make him inch the odd layers forward, so that this whole column is clear. So now, rather than just dragging the hydrogen over, you will grab it, pull it over by one, then grab the carbon and pull it over by one. Awesome. Okay. I'm not going to go to speed 4 because that's just a little bit too fast, and I do want to watch for any more errors. And I do apologize for this near 40-minute video, but it's the second to last place. What are you going to expect? Perfect. Alright. So, oh. Crap, what'd I do? Wait. Oh no! No, you left this flip-flop on. Crap. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna time-lapse, or maybe just cut to when I figure this out. One of the two. Be right back. Okay. Never mind, didn't need the time-lapse, didn't need the cut, just move this arrow over a little bit. So, well, what the problem was, as you probably saw when I went silent, was that he was leaving a couple of the flip-flops on. But fortunately, there's the perfect spot to send him back into the loop to turn those off and go back around to start once you finish the molecule. Alright, I told you so. I feel like the game... I know this is all just a coincidence, but I feel like certain level titles show up at very snarky moments. You know what, I'm just going to take a peek. Here's the story page, don't worry, I will also have it up on the next episode. Yeah, no, we're going to just go ahead and wait to do that one next time. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We only got through 2 of the research levels instead of all 3 like I wanted, but, yeah, well, it's, again, second to last place. What are you going to do? It's going to be hard. But with that progress made, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope you all had a great day. I will see you all in the next episode, and farewell for now.